Hello everybody, Deviant30 here, and today I'm watching this guy go for a poo. That's right, he has to take a big poop. I hope you enjoy yourself. Alright, so Alpha 31 just went live a couple hours ago. Well, sorry, a couple days ago. Uh, and there's a couple new cool changes. So there's three major ones, okay? We have a new staff, we have a death row, and we have smaller cell sizes. So let's start with a lawyer. The lawyer is part of the death row thing, so I'll get to that in a second. So we go to bureaucracy, and you have to unlock them. It's legal, alright? Okay, and under that you have a few other unlocks called permanent punishment, so you can make people stay in solitary all the time. You know, instead of just punishing them for 24 hours all the time or whatever, you can just make them stay there all the time. For those little bastards that just won't stop causing shit. Alright? Smaller cells, that's where it comes from, the legal. Same guy. Death row. Okay. We'll talk about that. And then liability for reduced execution. Because if you kill somebody that is possibly innocent, you get a huge fine. Forget what it is. It's like 25 G's or something. If it happens like 3 times, you will lose the game. I think I have the thing right here. 50,000. Yep. 50 G's. Boom. You will not receive any more death row prisoners. And if you have any in your facility, they'll be taken away. And like I said just a second ago, if it happens 3 times, you'll be fired. Fired. Alright, so let's get out and check out with the lawyer. Okay, so I had to throw another office in, and that's where he is. I put 2 desks just because, you know, lawyer's office usually got a couple guys there working, trying to get these guys off the hook. Another new thing is a new room. I don't know if I mentioned that earlier, but it's called reception. Okay, it's not what you think. It's not where a little secretary works and, you know, does that shite. It's where the prisoners will now go instead of deliveries. Okay, so before they'd get to put in deliveries, and they would just stand there. Now they'll get put into here. They will get searched and changed into prisoner garb, and then they'll get brought into the prison or wherever you have your reception. They'll be put in their cells. So it's just an extra room. You don't have to have it. It is pretty labor intensive, I guess, because you got all the guards. I'm gonna have to go and do this now. Search them and all that mumbo jumbo, which is not a big deal because you want to get that contraband before it comes into your prison. Alright, now let's talk about death row. Okay, death row is an unlock. Okay, and once you have that unlocked, you will receive prisoners. Well, you won't receive them. They're pretty rare, I guess. But you do have a chance now. So you can open this up, and that's a lot. A lot. I don't know what I'm doing here. Anyways, it's pretty rare, but if they come, they will. You have to have a certain spot designated just for them. Okay. Under deployment, there's a new tab called Death Row, and it's kind of gray. It's kind of like staff only, which I think they should change that. They should change that color to something else. Anyways, it's no big deal. So they will go there and they'll stay in their cells, and they stay there all the time, except for visitation and for appeals. All right. So a prisoner who is on death row, they do have chances to appeal their execution or stuff like that. So they have a chance to prove that maybe they didn't do it, so the lawyer comes into this. They do the meeting in the parole room, I believe, and they just plead their case. They can get their sentence reduced, possibly released, or put down to like maximum security instead of death row. And now you have to unlock it, or sorry, you have to run it through the programs tab. Okay, it's a new program called Death Row Appeal. Now I have 0 in queue because I have 0 death row prisoners at the moment. Now it's pretty cool when the execution comes on. So once you go through all your appeals and you're pretty sure that he is not innocent, then there's like this big step. Okay, so once an execution goes on, it's kind of like shakedown. And it kind of looks like that. And there's a big list that comes on the screen. So all prisoners go on lockdown, so they all have to go to their cells. The chair is tested, putting your prisoner under high electrical load. In addition, the prisoner must be able to walk to the facility. Witnesses are escorted to the facility and will sit in seats provided. So these little seats I have here, that's for all the family members and whoever want to watch. The warden, the chief, and the prisoner's chosen spiritual leader will gather in the man's cell. So whichever cell he's in here. The prisoner will then be escorted to the execution room along with the warden, chief, and priest. Then there's the execution, which is nothing. He doesn't even do anything, which is kind of disappointing, but I want to see like a little zap maybe. Maybe a little smoke come from his head or whatever. I'm sure someone will do that in a mod, but anyways. And then the staff and witnesses are dismissed and may leave. So it's kind of cool. It's not they don't just take him from his cell, bring him to the chair, bam. It's not done like an hour. It's like a whole process. It takes a while. Everybody's got to kind of know that this is going on, and yeah, it's pretty cool. Now I haven't done one yet, but I threw a little phone in my room just in case he gets a call from the president saying stop the execution. Obviously that's not going to happen, but I just threw it in for effect. Another new addition in this Alpha 31 update is small cells. Now, I don't have any right now, but I was working on a dome-inspired block. So you can make your cells. Is it done? Yes, he is done. So let's check it out. See, there's no more room size. So you can make it the size of a solitary cell, but you do need to have the bed and the toilet. So you can make it a 2 by 2 or 1 by where do we go here? So you can, I guess, make it like this. Oops. And then have a door. Have a door here. The toilet and the bed. So he'd be stepping on his bed or something. So I guess that's as small as you can make it. What is that called? 2 by, I don't know. Anyways, yeah. So I was working on it. I don't really like this because I'm not really utilizing the space. I only have like 28 cells here. So this small cell is probably going to be for like my maximum security guys that don't deserve space. They're big jerks and they cause shit all the time, so they can stay in a little more clustered area. That is pretty much it. Now sorry I didn't mention this before, but if you do complete a successful execution and he is not innocent, you'll get 10 G's. Cha-ching! Now let's see, just before we go, believe you can do the execution under the tab somewhere. Maybe not. Alright, well, that's basically it. So we now have a new room, one new room, a reception, a new staff, a lawyer. We have smaller cell sizes, and we have death row. Dun, dun. Not a bad update. The next update, Alpha 32, is going to be Bug Bash, which is fine with me. I don't have a lot of bugs, but maybe some of the things that I'm just getting used to are actually bugs. But there are some things that are kind of a pain. Alright guys, thank you for watching. I appreciate the views, the thumbs ups, subscribe, and check out my other Prison Architect videos. I have many other games I play as well. Do a little surfing through my channel. Alright guys, peace out.